Ever wished you could bring your stories to life? I mean, like not just on the page, but like in audio too.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool to think
It
about.
is.
And with AI, it's totally possible.
Totally. AI voices are like a game changer for authors.
Surreal.
Yeah, you can turn like written words into a full audio experience, complete with voices and everything.
Okay, so we've got AI that can read our books for us,
Basically.
but why should authors actually consider using it?
I think the biggest thing is you can go beyond just the words on the page. With
Hmm.
AI, it's not just telling the story, it's creating a whole experience. Like
Right.
imagine a thriller.
Okay. Okay.
The AI could build suspense
Yeah.
with pauses and stuff, or like dramatic inflections.
Yeah. See,
It's like adding a whole other layer to the
I
story.
get it. It's like if you read a play, it's not the same as seeing it performed live.
Exactly.
But isn't using AI complicated?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. There are platforms like authorvoices.ai that are made just for authors, and they're super easy to use.
Yes. So I don't need to be a tech genius to figure it out.
Nope.
That's good because honestly, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's talk about customization.
Okay.
Can you really tailor the AI voice to fit different genres?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Like matching the AI voice to the genre is like a huge part of this.
I can see that.
I mean, think about it. A thriller needs a different voice than a kid's book, right?
Sure.
With
Okay.
AI, you can adjust the narration to match the tone of any genre.
Okay, so give me some examples.
Sure. So like with thrillers, you want to keep people on the edge of their seats, right?
Yeah.
So you might slow down the AI voice,
Right.
make it more deliberate.
Build suspense.
Exactly. You could even add in sound,
What kind of sounds?
like a creaking door, or a whisper.
Ooh, spooky.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what about something more lighthearted, like a children's book?
Oh, for a kid's book, you'd want the AI voice to be all bright and cheerful.
Oh,
Maybe even silly.
I can hear it now.
Like when you read to a kid, AI can do that too.
So cool.
You can use all kinds of fun inflections and tones to capture the kid's attention.
Okay, so it's really about making the voice match the story's audience and mood,
Exactly.
like having a cast of voice actors.
Pretty much.
But what about genres that need, like, more nuance, like literary fiction?
Oh, yeah. Literary fiction is where AI can really shine.
Right.
Because you have so much control over the narration.
Hmm.
You can make the AI voice reflect those subtle emotions and complex themes.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, you can really shape the whole delivery.
Wow.
It makes sure the AI voice fits perfectly with the genre
Mhm.
and creates a really authentic experience for the listener.
This is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, what about personalization beyond genre? Can authors really make the voice their own?
Totally. You're not stuck with just a preset voice.
Okay.
You can adjust things like the pitch and the speed,
Wow.
and even add in your own emotional touches.
Really?
Yeah. So you can create a voice that's unique and really shows off your writing style.
So authors can play around with different voices and styles until they find one that fits.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about it. Whether you're writing a mystery or a romance or, anything,
Yeah.
there's an AI voice out there that can bring your story to life.
This is also incredible. It seems like AI voices could really change how authors share their work.
Yeah, they really could.
But I'm sure people are wondering, how easy is this to actually use?
That's a good question, and one we'll definitely get into. Let's take authorvoices.ai as an example since, well, it's made for authors and it's really user-friendly.
Sounds good. Let's break it down and see how it all works.
Okay, so the first step is super easy. You just upload your manuscript to the platform.
Okay.
It's simple. You just drag and drop the file.
Easy enough. What happens next?
Then comes the fun part,
What's that?
choosing your voice. Authorvoices.ai has a ton of AI voices to choose from. Different accents, languages, the whole works.
Wow, so I could find a voice to match any character or setting?
You got it. You have tons of options.
That's awesome. Okay, so I've got my voice, but what about all that customization we talked about? How do I make sure the narration really fits my story?
Oh, that's where authorvoices.ai really shines. They have these really intuitive controls, and you can fine-tune everything.
Like what?
Like the speed, the pitch, the pauses. You can even control the emotion in the voice.
So I could make it whisper a line or sound really happy or sad.
You got it. It's all about making your words come to life.
That's so cool. So basically, I can create a professional-sounding audiobook in a few hours.
Yeah. It's way faster than the traditional audiobook process, which could take months and cost a ton.
That's a game changer. This opens up so many possibilities.
Definitely.
But what about authors who aren't sure about using AI? What would you say to them?
I get it, change can be scary, but I really think that AI voices are a great tool for authors.
Okay,
It's not about replacing human narrators.
I see.
It's about giving authors more choices and control over their work.
Right. And with platforms like authorvoices.ai, making it so easy and affordable,
Totally.
there's no reason not to at least try it out.
I agree.
This tech could make creating audiobooks way more accessible so everyone has a chance.
Absolutely. We
Yeah,
could see a whole wave of new audiobooks from all sorts of authors.
that would be amazing. Okay, but before we get too excited, let's talk about cost.
Okay.
You know, traditional audiobook production can be a huge investment,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
but with authorvoices.ai,
Well, they've totally changed how pricing works. There are no monthly fees or
no
anything.
more.
Yeah, you just pay for what you need.
So authors aren't stuck in some long contract.
Nope, it's all about flexibility.
That's fantastic. And the cost per finished hour of audio, how does that compare to traditional narration?
It's way lower, way lower. You can create your audiobooks for a tenth of the cost.
Wow, a tenth. So even if an author's on a tight budget, they can still consider making an audiobook.
Exactly. It opens up a world of options for everyone, no matter their budget.
This is fantastic news. I'm sold. AI voices are a game changer for authors.
Hmm?
What are your final thoughts on this?
I think the most important thing is to remember AI voices are a tool.
True.
It's there to help you tell your story better. It's not replacing humans, it's about making things better.
Yeah,
And like any tool, it's up to the author to use it well and be creative.
I like that. Use your imagination, try new things, and find what works best for you and your stories.
Exactly. This has been such a great conversation. I feel like I've learned so much about AI voices and what they can do for authors.
Me too. But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Oh, I love a good brain teaser.
So in a world where audiobooks are getting more popular, how do you think AI voices will change storytelling and the connection between authors and readers?
That's a really great question, and one that I think will keep us all talking for years to come. It's exciting to think about the possibilities.
Don't miss out on this opportunity to explore the world of AI voices. Let your stories be heard.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about how AI could change things,
Right.
like the connection between authors and their readers.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into that, let's get back to the practical stuff.
Yeah.
Like authorvoices.ai and how user-friendly it is.
Yeah, because let's be real.
What?
A lot of authors aren't exactly tech savvy.
Right.
We need tools that are easy to use.
Totally. And that's what's so great about authorvoices.ai.
Hmm.
The people behind it, they've been in the audiobook world forever.
Really?
Yeah, they get what authors need.
Okay.
So they made this platform that's super straightforward.
So you're saying even I could use it?
Anyone can use it.
Okay. I'm convinced it's easy to use, but what's the actual process like?
Oh, it's surprisingly simple.
Like how?
First, you just upload your manuscript.
Okay.
You literally drag and drop the file. It's that easy.
Wow, that's simple.
Then comes the best part,
Which is?
picking your voice.
Ooh.
Authorvoices.ai has a huge library of AI voices.
Like how many?
Tons. They have all sorts of accents and languages.
So I could have a character with a specific accent or even one who speaks another language.
Exactly. There are so many options.
That's amazing. So let's say I've found the perfect voice. What then?
Well, then you get to customize it.
Right. All that customization we talked about.
Yep. Authorvoices.ai gives you these controls.
Mm-hmm.
So you can fine-tune every little detail.
Cool.
You can adjust the speed and the pitch and the pauses.
Yeah.
You can even add in emotion.
What, make it sound happy or sad?
Yeah. Or make the AI voice whisper.
Oh, that's cool.
You really get to make the words come to life.
So I can make my own audiobook in just a few hours.
Yep, and it'll sound totally professional.
Wow. That's way faster than the traditional way.
Oh, yeah. It's much faster and cheaper, too.
This is seriously a game changer for authors.
It is, and it makes audiobooks more accessible.
Right.
It's not just for the big-time authors anymore.
So anyone can create an audiobook now. I'm starting to see why people are so excited about this technology.
I know, it's pretty cool.
But what about the cost? Isn't traditional audiobook production super expensive?
Oh, it can be.
Yeah.
But authorvoices.ai, they get it.
What do you mean?
They know authors need affordable options.
So how does their pricing work?
It's super simple. There's no monthly fees.
Oh, wow. So I don't have to sign up for a subscription.
Exactly. You just pay for what you need.
That's amazing. So how much does it actually cost compared to hiring a narrator?
Well, with authorvoices.ai, it's a tenth of the cost.
Wait, a tenth of the cost?
Yeah, you heard that right.
So authors can create audiobooks even if they're on a tight budget.
That's the idea. It's all about making audiobooks accessible for everyone.
This is so encouraging. There are so many benefits to using AI,
There are.
but some authors might still be hesitant about this technology.
I get it.
It is new and different.
It is.
So what would you say to those authors?
I would say it's okay to be hesitant. But it's important to remember that AI is just a tool.
Right.
It's not replacing human creativity.
I see.
It's about giving authors a new way to connect with readers.
Right, like a new way to share their stories.
That's it. And it's up to the author to decide how they want to use this tool.
I like that.
Some authors will use AI all the time. Some might just use it for certain projects.
Yeah.
The important thing is that authors have choices.
So they can do what works best for them and their stories.
Exactly. And with platforms like authorvoices.ai, it's so easy and affordable to get started.
True.
Authors can try it out, experiment a bit,
Right.
and see how AI can make their storytelling even better.
I love that. It's all about experimenting and trying new things.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've talked enough about the technical stuff for now.
Okay.
Let's shift gears a bit.
Sure.
Remember how we talked about AI potentially changing storytelling and the author-reader connection?
Yeah.
I want to explore that a bit more.
That's a great idea. It's such a fascinating topic.
Right. Like, some people might say that AI voices could make audiobooks less personal.
Because it's not a human narrator.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one way to look at it.
Okay, but I think there's another side to that argument.
Oh, totally.
Like, what if AI actually makes audiobooks more accessible?
And more personal, too.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, think about it. Now, any author can create an audiobook,
Yeah.
even if they don't have a lot of money or experience.
Right.
So we could have so many more stories available in audio.
That's true. Stories that we might never have heard otherwise.
Exactly. And for listeners,
Yeah.
it means finding new voices and new perspectives.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that can create a much deeper connection between authors and readers.
I like that. It's like breaking down barriers and connecting with people on a deeper level.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
But some people might say AI voices lack emotion.
Right. That they're not as expressive as human narrators.
Yeah, but remember all that customization we talked about?
Oh, yeah, with authorvoices.ai.
Authors have so much control over the narration.
Right. You can adjust the speed, the pitch, the pauses, even add in specific emotions.
You can really personalize the narration.
Exactly, and that's where the human element still comes in.
I see.
It's the author's choices that guide the AI.
Yeah.
They're the ones shaping the narration.
Right, to match their vision.
Exactly. The AI is just an extension of their creativity.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about the AI, it's about the author's vision too.
That's it.
And this opens up so many possibilities.
Oh,
Like, we haven't even talked about how AI can make storytelling even more creative.
We haven't. That's a whole other conversation.
Okay, tell me more.
Imagine this. You can try out different voices for your characters.
Oh, like without hiring a bunch of different voice actors.
Exactly. You can create a really immersive experience
Hmm.
with all these different voices that fit perfectly with your story.
That's amazing. It would make the characters in the world so much richer.
It would.
What else?
And what about multilingual audiobooks?
Okay, yeah.
You could easily translate your book
Okay.
and have AI narrate it in different languages.
Wow, so I could reach readers all over the world.
That's right. Without having to deal with all the hassle of traditional translation and recording.
That's incredible. It could completely change the publishing industry.
I know, it's pretty exciting stuff.
This is mind-blowing. There's so many possibilities with AI and storytelling.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay. I think I need a break. My head is spinning with all these ideas.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
It really is. But before we go too far down the rabbit hole,
Yeah,
let's bring it back to our listeners.
okay.
I'm sure they're eager to hear what you have to say.
What do you mean?
What's the most important thing you want them to remember?
I think the most important thing is to embrace the power of AI.
Mhm.
Use it in a way that works for you and your vision.
I see.
Try things out, explore, and find what helps you tell your story the best way possible.
That's a great message. It's all about finding what works for you.
Exactly. The future of storytelling is in your hands.
Beautifully said. Let your stories be heard. It's amazing to think about how AI could change storytelling.
It really is.
We've talked about how it can help authors, but what about the listeners?
Oh, that's a great point.
How will their experience with audiobooks change?
Well, I think one of the biggest changes will be the number of audiobooks that are available.
Yeah, okay.
Because AI makes it easier to create audiobooks. We'll see more voices, more genres, more of everything.
So it's not just about having more audiobooks.
No.
It's about having more variety.
Exactly. More diversity, more representation. it's great for listeners.
I agree. Imagine discovering all these new authors and stories you might never have found otherwise.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's like a whole new world of listening possibilities.
It is.
But what about the actual listening experience?
Hmm.
We talked about personalization earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. AI could let listeners customize their experience. They could change the playback speed, the tone of the voice, even the accent.
Wow. So it'd be like having a personal audiobook player.
Exactly. It adapts to what you want.
So like if I want to listen to a book faster,
Yeah.
I could just speed it up.
Yep.
Or if I want to hear a specific accent.
You can do that too.
That's so cool.
It's all about making the listening experience better.
I love it. It gives so much power to the listener.
It does.
But some people might say that AI voices just aren't as good as human narrators.
I hear that.
You know, that they lack that human touch.
Yeah, some people think they sound robotic or something.
Right. What would you say to those people?
Well, I understand where they're coming from. AI is still a new technology,
Sure.
but it's improving so quickly.
Really?
Yeah, the quality of the voices getting better and better,
Wow.
the range of emotions, the inflections, it's all becoming more natural.
So you're saying that soon we might not even be able to tell the difference?
I think we're getting close, and as AI keeps developing, it's only going to get better.
That's incredible. It makes you wonder what the future holds for audiobooks.
It really does. It's an exciting time.
What do you think about the bigger picture? How will AI change the way we experience stories?
Well, I think AI has the potential to revolutionize storytelling.
Okay.
It's not about replacing human creativity. It's about making it even better. It's about reaching more people, creating new possibilities, expanding our imaginations.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's about making storytelling more powerful and more accessible.
Exactly.
This has been such a fascinating conversation.
It has.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface of what AI can do.
We have. There's so much more to explore.
For anyone listening who wants to try out AI voices, I highly recommend authorvoices.ai.
They're great.
They have a really easy-to-use platform and a team that really cares about helping authors.
And they make it affordable, too. No monthly fees or anything like that.
So what are you waiting for? Give AI voices a try and see how they can bring your stories to life.